How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. With their newest addition of Rajon Rondo, the Lakers now have 13 total players on their roster, and while they do have room for 2 more, I would be very surprised if they actually enter training camp with more than 13 or 14 players under guaranteed contracts. They will likely bide their time and patiently wait for more players to become available through the buyout market. So for right now, these 13 players are the ones they will be entering training camp with, and in today's video, we'll break down their current roster by going through every position on their team and talk about what might be the main things to look out for from each of their players. And to begin, one thing has become blatantly obvious: the Lakers are a very deep team. They have considerable talent and depth at every position. Starting at point guard though, they have a former MVP, an all-NBA caliber player in Russell Westbrook, who will be a big upgrade for them over Dennis Schroeder. It may take a while for LeBron, AD, and Westbrook to get comfortable playing on the court with one another, but they have great players to surround them with, which will help that process. And when they do finally get comfortable playing with each other, then look out. And not only do they have Westbrook at point guard, but they have Kendrick Nunn and Rajon Rondo to back him up too. Kendrick Nunn could be a starter on almost any other NBA team. He is an up-and-coming NBA player and one that already has a career average of 15 points per game through his first 2 years in the NBA. He will provide them with much-needed youth and will be a big spark off their bench. He has the ability to get really hot, and I do expect him to have some big games for them. Finally, they have Rajon Rondo as their third point guard. And while he is not the all-star caliber point guard that he once was, he is an absolute luxury to have. Rondo is the definition of a floor general, and he provides them with value while being on or off the court. You really cannot ask for better depth from your third point guard than with Rondo. But now moving on to their shooting guard position, and here we have all of Malik Monk, Talen Horton-Tucker, Wayne Ellington, and Kent Bazemore, who will be logging minutes there. The only question is, who will be their starting shooting guard? Because that question is definitely up for debate. Every one of Monk, Ellington, and Bazemore are capable of doing that. If they're looking for purely 3-point shooting here, then Wayne Ellington would be the logical choice. However, if they want a little more offensive firepower to go along with that 3-point shooting, then Malik Monk might be the one to get the job. But if they're looking for a 3 and D option, then Kent Bazemore might be the one to run away with it. Although between the 3 of them, he is probably the least capable of providing high volume 3-point shooting, but at the same time, he is the only one between them who has proven to regularly be a quality defender. And overall, they'll have a very tough choice to make on who gets to become their starting shooting guard, which really is a good problem to have though. Like I said before, I do not think they could go wrong with any of those 3. But with both Kent Bazemore and Talen Horton-Tucker capable of playing as small forward, I think it might be a good idea to go with Malik Monk or Wayne Ellington. Both of them are pretty much only capable of playing at shooting guard, and with them being high volume 3-point shooters, it would make sense to include one of them in their starting lineup. Ellington provides elite 3-point shooting and great off-ball movement, while Monk provides 3-point shooting but more all-around offensive production too. I personally would go with Malik Monk here, mainly because I think he has the most potential in that role. Ellington or Bazemore would probably be the safer bet to provide good production, but Monk has the ability to really stand out in that role. Between his 3-point shooting, offensive creativity, and ability to get out and run in transition, I think he would make for a great fit on the court with LeBron and Westbrook. Let me know who you would pick to start at shooting guard for them though. It is a controversial topic, and like I said before, there really is no wrong answer here, so let me know your thoughts by commenting down below. But now moving on to breaking down their small forward position. To me, I think LeBron and Trevor Ariza are really interchangeable at either forward position, so it really does not matter where you include them. But if we are looking at only small forward, I would have to say that's currently their most thin position. They really do not have one true small forward on their entire team. LeBron is more of a point guard on offense, and then more of a power forward on defense. Trevor Ariza is more of a power forward nowadays, and Kent Bazemore can play at small forward, but his natural position is at shooting guard. And while they all can log minutes at small forward, I would say they would benefit by adding one actual true small forward to their team. And luckily for them, they do have 2 available spots on their team remaining, and if they do add another free agent before training camp, I believe it will be at small forward. I've been advocating to add James Ennis for a while now, but that is only my opinion. And in reality, even though I say they are a bit thin at small forward, they still have a lot more depth than many other NBA teams do. I'm really only getting a bit nitpicky here. I don't believe it would be a big problem even if they do not add one more player who can play there, but at the same time, I do believe it would benefit them. Now moving on to breaking down their power forward position though, which is their other position with a currently available spot. However, I do think they have more players capable of playing at power forward compared to how many they have who can play at small forward. LeBron, Ariza, Melo, and Anthony Davis will all log minutes at the power forward position. And while I have seen debates about including Carmelo Anthony in their starting lineup at power forward over Trevor Ariza, I do not tend to agree with that. Melo is definitely an offensive upgrade over Ariza, but that really is not what they need here. With LeBron not being expected to fill a large role on defense during the regular season, they need their power forward or small forward, depending on where you put LeBron, to be committed to playing defense. And while Trevor Ariza is not the elite defender that he once was, he is still an above average defender who always gives effort on defense. He will be the one to take on the assignment of defending the best wing player on the court in order to allow LeBron to conserve energy, and that would be a role that Melo could not be expected to fill. He is not a horrible defender, but he cannot be relied on to defend at a high level regularly. And there are also those who believe that Anthony Davis will be their starting power forward and actually want him to primarily play there, but again, I personally do not agree with that and would not go that route. With LeBron and Westbrook being in their starting lineup, they need as many high-volume three-point shooters on the floor with them as they can, which to me rules out both Dwight Howard and Marc Gasol, because while Gasol is a good three-point shooter, he does not take or make many per game, and there are reportedly no guarantees that he will even return to their team anyways. Because of all that, I think AD is the clear-cut option to start at center. He does not have to play at the 5 full time, but I do think when he shares the court with both LeBron and Westbrook, he needs to be playing at center. Him being there allows them to include one more guard or wing player on the court with them to provide more three-point shooting. And that will give LeBron and Westbrook more room on the court to operate. We have seen before how much better their offense looks when AD moves to the 5, and I believe that will be the key to making it all work. And even if you are one who believes that playing AD at the 5 will make it more likely for him to get hurt, let me briefly explain why it will not. The Achilles and groin injuries they dealt with last year cannot be chalked up to playing physical or playing at center. If anything, they can be pointed more towards playing at power forward and defending the perimeter. You do not hurt your Achilles or groin by banging down low, you hurt them by making lateral and linear movements. And with today's NBA lacking physical big men, I do not think there's a whole lot to worry about regarding physicality. There are only a handful of big men in today's NBA who still play a very physical style of play, and 2 of them are already on the Lakers with Dwight Howard and Marc Gasol, both of which will provide great depth and still will likely share time on the court with AD when one of LeBron or Westbrook are on the bench. Dwight Howard will bring that aforementioned physical style of play on both ends of the court, and Gasol will provide versatility on offense and ability to match up with big men like Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. With that though, that will conclude my breakdown of the Laker team after now officially signing Rajon Rondo. My starting lineup would include Westbrook, Malik Monk, LeBron James, Trevor Ariza, and Anthony Davis, and with all the depth that they have, they will be an incredibly fun team to watch. But what do you guys think? What are your biggest takeaways from the team that the Lakers have built, and what would be your personal pick for their starting lineup? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below, and we can talk about it there. That will do it for this video though. Thank you to everyone who took the time to watch until the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. If you want to stay up to date on all my immediate thoughts moves around the NBA, be sure to follow me on Twitter too. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.